Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we have got a special treat for you because we are doing a character guide on Porom, and I really like Porom. Porom has been a fantastic character ever since basically her EX era. Like, she's just been crazy good for difficult content. She was really huge in the new boss rush I just did. She did a really good job in there. If you haven't seen it, check out my boss rush video. It is a little bit longer, but it's kind of entertaining. I mean, I kind of go into it blind, and you can kind of hear me talk through my strategy and everything going through it. It's a pretty fun little video. If you just have some time and want to sit and listen to me do a boss rush, you can do that. But Porom, you know, with these character guides, usually like the artifacts and spheres, it's kind of basic, kind of quick. But Porom, like the artifacts and spheres are like a lot more important for her because she operates a lot differently than your traditional character. So I believe the artifacts and spheres are very important on Porom and can actually make a huge difference. And I did like a really kind of ridiculous Porom team comp that I'm going to kind of show you guys. And we're going to see how crazy the damage is going to be. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the artifacts and let's talk about the spheres. So for those of you that are not familiar with Porom, she's an insanely good healing defensive support character. Basically what she does is she provides HP damage reduction, increases the party max HP to ridiculous levels, has a follow-up attack that scales on HP, which is why her passives and artifacts are so unique. It's kind of like Lena. So let's look at the artifacts first. So what you want to do for artifacts with her, whoops, wrong one. Oh, here, I got to actually equip the right one. So let's go in and let's actually equip these. I just farmed new artifacts for her. So what you want are these ones right here. So what you want to do is you want to go HP 1020 and White Mage Aptitude Boost. Okay, so the White Mage Aptitude Boost, that's just her C50. That's more what you're used to seeing, right? As a passive like that, it's a good party buff. But you actually prioritize over Max Brave, over Attack, HP. Because her Twin Conviction scales up at HP, you want the highest HP possible for your party. So we're going HP 1020 and then the C50 for that, okay? Then, for the spheres, we did something kind of crazy here. So, she definitely has what I would say are best in slot spheres. So, C-slot, Paladin, Cecil, hands down, because she's a battery character and she has encouragement armor, which the Paladin, Cecil sphere interacts very well with that, right? I know some of you that are newer to game, it has actually been like a hot minute since Paladin Cecil has been around. He should get his C90 at some point coming up. And hopefully they have a refinement for him there and you can start refining some. But yeah, Paladin Cecil is kind of a tricky one to get if you didn't. Like, I farmed his up a long time ago when people knew about this combo, and I farmed up like 19 of his refined spheres. So I had plenty of them. Now for the D slot, she's got 2 D slots. And what you want to do is you want to go double Freya. Now here's the thing. Freya's sphere here is a party's max HP up by 10%. Now notice it says does not stack with the same sphere, so you can't stack 2 Freyas together. However, the refined sphere and the full sphere are considered 2 different spheres. So you can actually stack the refined one with the regular one, so we can stack them together to get a party HP boost of 14%. So we're going to do that and really maximize on the HP. So that's really the way you would want to do it. Now, if you don't have access to these spheres, C-slot, you could do something really basic like, say, Alpha Nod, right? Which is just a party buff sphere that's easy to activate. D-slot, you could just find a really easy to activate, like, party attack sphere or something like that, right? But this, to me, is like the optimal Porom setup, right? Now, to take it one step further, we're actually going to look at the rest of my team comp here a little bit. So I did a full, like, HP-focused team comp to try to get the most HP I possibly can. So we've got Lena in here, who, if you guys saw my Lena, I'm pretty sure I did a guide on Lena. But Lena also scales on HP. So she's also got the full Freya sphere, so we're getting another party 10% from that. So and then she also, on her artifacts, she's got 3 HP 1020s. So her HP is looking pretty good. So look at her HP is at 20k, right? Porom's HP is at about 20k. And then I'm tossing my boy Gladio on here for fun. Now, Gladio is just a C80 character. The reason why I threw Gladio on here, and you know, he'll be better when he gets to C90, but in his artifacts, he's got something called Survival Skills Up. So he's got 3 of these on, so he's given himself a 45% HP boost. So I'm just going with this ridiculous full HP comp. And we're going to see, so a couple of things we're going to be looking at here. Lena's LD and then her HP plus off of the LD all scales off HP. So we're going to be looking for some fat numbers from that. And we're going to be looking for some fat numbers from Twin Conviction, right? And then on top of all of that, we are bringing the Alexander Summon, which raises max HP by 15%. Now, our HP has to fall below 80%. So I don't know if we'll actually trigger that. But when we're doing the full HP comp, we got to run the Alexander, right? So we'll see what happens. We probably won't, but that's fine. So let's hop in, and let's actually look at Porom's kit here. Now, Porom's a pretty easy character to play, just because she's a support character. So you don't have to, like, loop a bunch of crazy combos or anything like that, right? Now, normally what you used to do was you would open with the LD, because that gives her the Twin Conviction. She actually starts with it now, so you don't have to do that. You can kind of open with whatever you want. So we'll talk about kind of like just what her skills do, but there isn't like a certain rotation. You just make sure you upkeep the buffs that you want from each attack. And there are some situations you want to use certain ones, right? So let's start. And what I did is I'm hoping that Lena's my only ranged here. I'm hoping that Lena can carry the orb for me. If not, I just brought some ranged calls to kind of help with that, right? All right, let's, well, here, let's do this. We can throw this on because this is going to be another ranged attack. So yeah, I'm doing Irvine's Intersecting Wills again, which I just really, really like to do, right? It's just a fun, easy stage to do, and then sure, let's go and pop this off. Now, the orb isn't going to go up as crazy because I'm not doing like the, you know, the Freya thing where we're getting it like every single turn. Oh, that one actually didn't count as a ranged attack. So that was like 380k there, right? I mean, look, guys, look at our HP, by the way. Gladio's sitting here at 45k HP. You think we got enough HP, and here's the thing. Our HP is going to go up when we use Porom's EX, which is called White Wave. We will definitely see that. So, let's just, I mean, sure, let's just do this to just tick the orb up a little bit, but it's not really going to do that much. All right, that's fine. And then let's go ahead and just do this. I guess I should have, like, brought, like, I don't know, like a Freya call or something like that, just, or not a friend unit, just in case, but we'll see what happens. My hope is I can just, like, try to get to the summon without this orb popping, because, yeah, I really want this to go off. All right, so let's get Porom going here. Okay, so Porom's got a few attacks. So Porom's got Cry. Basically, Cry will start off base, and then it goes to Cry Plus. It puts a fat defense down on the enemy and has a 25% chance to confuse, which is pretty good. And then after each action that Porom does, if Twin Conviction is active, Porom will get the Twin Conviction follow-up, which is scales off of HP, right? Mycelium Brilliance is a really fat heal, and it gives a party member some buffs, and then one of the buffs is HP damage down 70%, which is really, really good. And she also gets that on her EX, which is really good. Now, White Wave is a ridiculously good EX. It takes some time to charge up the first time, but then after that, you can get it fairly regularly. But White Wave is going to basically, like, increase the party's max HP. So you, like, have HP overflow. And then does that really fat HP damage down, right? And then the Twin Cast Double Flare. So let's go ahead and, sure, let's pop off another ranged attack here. There we go. Just stuff to, like, tick that orb a little bit, right? Put some debuffs on, whatever. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's just, you normally wouldn't have to lead with the LD here, right? I'm just going to lead with it so you can see it. But this puts the Twin Cast on. But she does start with it. So this is the actual attack. Now watch the follow-up here. This is what's, so that was 500k AoE. And then the Twin Conviction, dude, 380 to like 400k AoE. And, and look at our max HP. Gladio's chilling at like 60k HP right now because we got an HP bump from that also, which is absolutely crazy. Let's check out Lena's Dragon Breath here. Now that we're scaled up on HP, this also scales on HP. Yeah, so 308. So like literally, we're doing 400k AoEs. Like in a 3-target fight, like that's actually pretty crazy good. Like considering that these are support characters. No, I'm not saying like this is an optimal team by any means, because obviously like Prish can walk in here and just like spit on that damage. But for like follow-ups for like really tough bosses, when you're just scaling on HP, it's kind of like ignoring defense and all of that, right? Which is kind of crazy. So the bosses do have a lot of debuffs on, but let's go ahead and try to do Cry. So Cry, like I said, is going to put a defense down. Okay, so we missed on one of them, and they might ignore that debuff, I'm not sure. But then she just did the follow-up because she just always gets that with every attack, right? So let's go ahead and let Gladio do things. It's kind of nice to be able to break the enemies, man. That boss rush, you just could not break anyone. It was kind of crazy. So now we'd have Cry Plus, which has a more powerful defense down, and once again has a chance to confuse. So there we got the powerful defense down, and then you can see the 383k AoE just as a follow-up, right? Lena, let's just put Windrake on and kind of do some of her stuff here. Very good. Oh, I should be doing rapid fire kicks. Yeah, I got to be hitting the orb here. I got to be careful. Yeah, because I don't think that would do it either. All right, so let's just let Gladio do his thing. And remember, this is a C80 Gladio, so C90, he's probably going to have more HP, right? All right, so let's throw White Wave. So White Wave is ridiculous because it's going to do a huge heal, huge battery. We get the huge HP damage reduction. It does the HP up, which we already got from the LD, so that's already on. But like, and then Twin Conviction. Yeah, dude, 383k follow-ups. Like, that's stronger than Sisney right there. For like a really good support unit that's going to heal you. Like, now you're not always going to get that because of the HP. But here's the thing. I should actually look after this video, but I'm sure like a Ultima weaponed up green BT character probably has considerably high HP even without all the HP passives. So instead of Gladio, I could have thrown like Prish on here or like Locke, and you'd still be getting probably a comparable amount of HP. I would have to actually look at it to see. Maybe like, well, I don't know if I'm going to take these bosses to death here, because I mean, I've pretty much showcased Porom already, right? So on my own, I'll probably just look after, or I could just like exit out. Yeah, maybe we'll do that, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show. Oh, we didn't do my City on Brilliance. Let's do that quick. So you just choose a character. So this is really good if you just need a spot heal. If you didn't do White Wave recently and you want the 70% HP down. So like, let's say you're running Porom with a tank like Gladio, right? You just pop that on Gladio. Gladio's already tanking like crazy, but then if you're worried about it, like him taking more damage beyond what he can tank, you can still reduce it even further. So you can pretty much have like an unblockable wall team. The thing you just have to be concerned about is making sure you're meeting like orb requirements and turn requirements, right? So let's go ahead and, so yeah, let's Dragon Breath again, because the orb's actually fine right now and we got to summon up. So yeah, and just, yeah, there's the fat 383k AoE. I know it's not like the biggest damage, because there's been some power creep, but that's still pretty darn good. And then she does get the plus version of Mysidian Brilliance as well, which just gives a bigger heal than it normally would. And then the plus version is actually what gives the HP damage resist. So you have to have the plus version of it first. So if I did this on Gladio, now I would have the plus version of it. Fat heal, and then now we've got the 2-turn. You just saw that go on there. But yeah, the Twin Conviction is so powerful. So, I mean, here's the thing. Let's just pop a summon here. So the thing is, even with not using this crazy like HP style of setup, you could just bring Porom and like 2 green BT characters and probably get similar numbers. We'll hop out here in a quick second. I didn't show the AA, but the AA is just very basic. It's just basically a on-the-spot party heal, party attack up, brave damage limit up. Pretty basic, right? So here, let's end with a White Wave. And then what I'll do is I'll actually just leave the fight. And we'll just take a look at, like, we'll look at Locke, who is a Sublimate level 5 out of 5 fully green burst character, and see what his HP looks like. And then we'll look at Prish, who has like a 3 out of 5 ultimate weapon, and see what her HP is looking like. So here, let's dip out. Just to see like what kind of numbers we could put up. And here's what we'll do. We'll see. We'll do this like really solid, right? So let's do this. Let's actually just grab Locke, and let's grab Prish at the same time. So let's grab, where's Prish at? Did I pass her? Right here. Okay. So you can see Prish is starting out. Yeah, the numbers are comparable. Locke's at like 15 and Prish is at 16, which is pretty decent. Now, when we hop in, let's just see what their HP numbers look like when we hop into this fight here. Let's just hop in again. And we'll just compare and see like what the follow-up is doing. So the number we're comparing to is 384k AoE, right? Okay. Overall, this team's going to do more damage because we have actual damage dealers to complement it. So even if you're doing less damage with Porom, that's not really relevant, right? So we're going to do the big HP up here with the Twin Cast. So let's do the Twin Cast. Okay, so you can see the HP is considerably lower actually on this build. Porum's still good at like 38k. Let's see what the Twin Conviction does here. Okay, oh yeah, 180k. So yeah, significantly dropped. But I think the trade-off is fine because, you know, Locke and Porom are Locke and Prish on their turns are just doing so much more damage. So you don't have to run Porom in that crazy HP comp I was just showing you. It was just kind of cool to see like 60k HP stats on these characters, right? When Gladio gets a C90, could be kind of fun though, because that team would be really built to like let the enemies take a lot of turns and just get hit a lot, let Gladio counter, get all the follow-ups. Like that would actually be a pretty fun team comp. So anyways, guys, I think I've rambled up long enough. I do highly recommend though, if you are a newer player and you've got resources, Porom is a fantastic pickup because she is just a huge safety net. Like I feel like with Porom on the team, like most of the time I feel like I can't die, other than an orb popping, right? Like an auto kill thing, but she does make it very hard to die, and she's very good. So anyways, guys, I hope this guide helps. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.